Hey guys, Michael from Ready to Shoulder here, and I thought I would take some time to answer some of your frequently asked questions. One main question we get is, will this mount work with all my vehicles? The mounts themselves are specific to different vehicle year ranges due to changes in geometry in the door handle. For example, this mount will work from 2015 on up to 2025 Ford F-150s and 2017 to 2025 Ford Super Duty. So this one itself has a lot of uses within the Ford year range. But will this clamp up to your Tundra? No, it wouldn't. You would need a Tundra specific one, which we do have on Ready to Shoulder. Another question we get frequently is, what's the legality of this setup here? At least in the Pacific Northwest, as long as your rifle is not loaded, which it can't be loaded in your truck no matter how you're hunting with it, it is completely legal. You'd have to, I'm not as familiar with the East Coast laws, but in the Northwest, totally legal, no issues with it, so long as your gun is not loaded. We get a lot of comments of, well, that's great for road hunters. The Sidekick is a road hunting mount. And that's not necessarily true. We like to hike many miles during the hunting season, but no matter what, we're going to be having to drive to where we're going to go hunt. And so in those scenarios, I'd rather have my gun accessible to me rather than being in a case in the back, wedged between the seats, something like that. Just because as you're going to where you're going to hunt, you might be driving through some opportunities to hunt as well. And it's always nice to have your rifle accessible rather than dig it out of the back of your truck. It's also safe and secure here. Your scope's not bumping into the center console, bouncing off the back seat, on the floor, even bouncing around in the case in the bed of your truck. They can take some pretty hard hits. So another question we get is, what are you coming out with next? Well, this was the main one we were working on. So now that we have Fords covered up to 2025, there's a couple other trucks we need to look at, like the Nissan Titans, and some of them where there's not a higher population of trucks out there. We've also been focusing big on the side-by-sides to get you guys covered over there. And also for the boats, the Sidekick 1x1 has been a huge hit with the boating community. So to answer that question, we're just going to keep working on making different mounts and get you guys ready for the hunting season. It's coming up here close. So if you have any more questions, let me know. Send them to me via the website or on Facebook, Instagram, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can on them. Thanks, guys.